We're down to our final two players here at Hawaiian Gardens, Scott Kaplan and Matthew Dodd. And Matthew, the question is, can Jim overtake this gigantic stack that John is currently holding on to?
Well, he's starting to eat into it, and he's got as good a shot as John does at this point, I think.
Well, there you see John, and you see all the chips that he's holding on to. And Jim is slowly but surely trying to eat away at that. The last hand we saw, he was able to do so.
Yeah, and he's maybe getting into John's head a little bit here. John's chip stack's starting to look a little sloppy here. Maybe not as confident as he once was with all those chips.
And seems very nervous with the way he's playing with his chips. We haven't seen him do this all evening long. He's been sitting around, very confident, hands folded, and he just said he's all in now.
Yeah, he makes an all-in bet with ace-8 offsuit. Let's see what Jim's got. Jim looks at pocket nines. Now this is he's a huge favorite here. Let's see if he wants to call.
I call.
And he does.
He does, and he's a big favorite. And if he wins this pot, don't be fooled by the size of those two stacks. Those red chips are 500, the green are 1,000. If he wins this pot, they basically switch positions in chip standing. And Jim will be the huge chip leader.
And on the flop.
The pair of nines are good right now. He's trying to avoid an ace on that board. And right now, an ace or a deuce is the only thing John can catch to win this pot. And he doesn't. The nines are good. And we have switched positions here. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Jim is the big chip leader here.
Yeah, you look across the table at John, and all that green is now on Jim's side. I mean, there's Jim. He's got all those green chips. And John, sitting right across the table, has... Oh, wow. And Jim's going to have pocket queens right here.
Picks up pocket queens right after the pocket nines.
How much does he have left?
Asking how much does he have left. He's going in for the kill. Let's see if he makes the big bet and what John does and what John has here.
Yeah, let's see if John loses his patience because he had such a huge lead for so long.
Jim says I'm all in.
Unhappy looking John Pearson.
You just went all in?
You talking to me? Oh, and here's John with his nervous chip play.
Yeah, let's see what he's going to do here. If he calls here and he loses,
yeah,
he's out.
Let's go. Oh, no.
Did he call? Look.
Yeah, I called.
He does call.
Looked like he was folding.
And Jim's got him covered here, and John's got a 6-7 of clubs. Now here's another tilt situation. I mean, he just loses that big pot, and apparently all the wind out of his sails, and now Jim's flopped 3 queens. And just basically needs to see 2 more cards on this board, and he's going to take this thing. Very few outs left for John. This could be it. Jim may win this. He does. What a comeback he makes here. Unbelievable.
First final table, his first win.
I mean, a lot of getting to this level and getting to the end table, at least from my standpoint, is luck. There's a lot of luck in it. But I felt after I did the rebuy, I played really solid, and I felt good about my game.
John's happy with his game, but Jim's happy with the extra $25,000 change he won.
Almost $60,000 for first here.
When I first sat down after my second hand, I had already had to do a rebuy, and I figured there was no chance at all. Look where I'm at now. I guess the wife wants to go to Hawaii again.
And Jim getting a chuckle out of his win. His wife's going to want to go to Hawaii, but the difference is now you're talking about almost $60,000 for Jim and just a little bit over $30,000 for John. A huge difference right there.
A huge difference and a loss of mental patience and concentration for John. really cost him that money. I mean, he just went all in after losing that big pot.
Yeah, and we were able to actually watch John crumble emotionally as he started to play with his chips. But an exciting finish, one of our best. But we'll see you next time. For Matthew Dodd, I'm Scott Kaplan. This is the Southern California Poker Tour.